All right, so I'm doing a birthday decode for June 24th. This is part 6 and the last part. So the White Walkers, it has a code into your birthday because George Bush was born July 6th. If you don't know what Game of Thrones is, go watch it. And pay attention to the men in white, or the white men coming from the cold. You only keep people who are dead in the cold. Remember that. So today's July 6th. July 6th is also Cameron Boyce's birthday, and he passed away in his sleep. Astral assassination. July 6th also George Walker Bush's birthday, the White Walkers. So there is a family member who was born June 11th who passed away June 24th. For your birthday decode, you definitely want to go ahead and look up who passed away and who's born on your birthday. And in this case, George Herbert Walker is a White Walker. They do a lot of astral warfare. So if you ever see these faces, just run. Even the George W. Bush the younger, you know, the Kanye West, George Bush don't care about black people situation. Like, these people in spiritual realm, never trust them. Always run. They are not your friends. Remember that. You see them blue eyes and cold faces? Don't let pretty blue eyes, blue eyes. But cold people, they be having genetics that, may look similar. But watch out. Some of them ain't what it need to be. So watch out for the White Walkers. So George Herbert Walker, June 11th, Kanye's birthday is June 8th. So, when George Bush needed to call in a favor to his family members to go haunt somebody, he probably called George Herbert Walker. And remember, there's a saying called Wapcon George, and that was a shirt that Kanye was wearing. It's like, when you see George, it's that time, so watch out for George. And this birthday decode, like I said, is for June 24th, water air sign. So thanks for waiting so long. You are a Cancer, Nubis, Gemini, Toth. Same birthdays are like Raven, Goodwin. So there's a group called Skull and Bones. So go look them up because Skull and Bones does a lot of rituals with Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So if you're Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, please stay away from all the White Walkers in your dreams. Go look up Skull and Bones, Secret Society at Yale. All right. If you look them up, a lot of interesting information. 322 is their number. Prescott Bush, part of that, okay? So if you see Prescott, you better run. John D. Rockefeller. He was born July 8th, which is like a couple days from now. He passed away May 23rd. If you see him, run too, because they are just harvesters of energy. Standard Oil Company, January 10th, John D. Rockefeller. All these people who do not want that free energy, that energy from the sun, solar power. They don't want that. They want oil power. William Avery Rockefeller Jr. He was born May 31st. He passed away June 24th. Jackie O, DC Young Fly baby mama passed away May 31st. May 31st was the day that they made the Titanic go off. Then we had Ocean Gate. So it's a lot going on during this Mami Wata feast day of June 25th energy, since it's right next to there. But June 24th is when William Avery Rockefeller Jr. passed away. So if you see him in your dreams, run, and run some more, because they just want to know where the Lemurians are, where the people who have genetic coding for ancient Egyptian, where are the smart people, where are the spiritual healers, where are the priests, shamans. You do not want to be next to these people, period. If you see them in your dreams, run. So like I said, you need to know who was born and passed away. Since this is part 6 and the last part, these are some people that were born on your birthday. You can press pause and read. And I'll go over a couple of people that I might have seen in my dreams that have communicated with me while we were doing your decode. Because people do come in my dreams, and I do code and see familiar faces. Some more people that passed away on your birthday, June 24th. Press pause and read. It's like the escape room. Who would you want to be with in the escape room? Because if you don't know these people when you're in your dreams, you're going to trust them. And then you're going to not even wake up like Cameron Boyce, because they will give you a heart attack in your dream. Or they'll take out one of your family members. You, by accident, would have sold your family member while you're sleeping. And then consciously let the family member pass away because you forgot that you saved them. It's kind of crazy. But just know these people are in your dreams. Please read their bios. Last time they were here, it's usually based on how long they're going to spend in purgatory. Okay, some people have been in purgatory since the 1800s, since the 2000, since 5 AD, since 10,000 years ago. They haven't even done right in 10,000 years. When you see them, they'll be wearing the same outfits from when they died last time. So if you see someone dressed in the 50s, they're probably still stuck here because purgatory was not long for them. Some people come back in and out. They be dressed like in a new dress that Kanye or like a Kanye shirt. If you see a Kanye shirt on someone, they probably just passed away. They might have more odds to get out, but depending who they are. Like if Trump has a Kanye shirt on, you'd be like, I don't know, Trump, you kind of undercover. He might have just passed away, but is he actually someone you want to save? Do you like him or not? That's what you need to know about these people. Who would you risk your life for in a dream? That's what you need to know. So Natasha Syed, or Saeed, she came up a few times before, but she passed away in a car accident in Jamaica on June 24th. She was born October. So if you see her, she's born October 31st, passed away June 24th. She passed away in Jamaica. She's from Denmark. And it's like I saw her energy because there was few car accidents. These are some people that have passed away in car accidents. When people pass away in similar ways, they usually come to help each other. So if you die in a fire, you see people who died in fire come help you. If you've been drowned, you'll see other drowned people helping. So since she passed away in car accident, I see left eye a lot. That's probably why I felt her energies. She always comes up. So look her up. Natasha Saeed. Definitely Google her. She's a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So she's definitely chased by that Skull and Bones. They actually worship Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Specifically, Anubis the wolf is the number one Cancer. They love Cancers. They're in Cancer's head. They live there rent-free. Another person that came up on my radar was Sister Jones. She's born January 25th, but she passed away June 24th. So definitely look her up because her energy came in as well. She is the Black Patty, the greatest singer of her race at the time. She was like the highest paid singer. In this picture, she kind of reminds me of Fantasia a little bit. She actually was like the highest paid Black person at the time, but then her mother got sick, so she went back to Rhode Island to take care of her mother. And I'm from Rhode Island, so that's why the energy came up. So you can read a little bit about her story and what happened to her. She had a divorce, blah, 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 blah. Read all that. She adopted kids. Interesting story. And one more thing I want to say about Saeed, Natasha Saeed. Here's a little bit more about her crash. So you can read it and see maybe you could tap into her because obviously you have the same birthday as her death day. So you probably could see her energy and help her cross over if she hasn't already crossed over and got reborn yet. If she's still stuck in purgatory, go help a sister out. All right, things you need to do. Watch movies that came out on your birthday. You can press pause and read. They could help you get into like the realm. The Black Phone reminds me of Adam Walsh, who is John Walsh's son from America's Most Wanted. Now, is it America's Most Wanted? It's like, yeah, it must be America's Most Wanted. But the Black Phone, look up Adam Walsh and John Walsh because that reminds me of that. The Elvis movie, of course, because I like the movie. Bewitched, press pause, Transformers. You have A Better Life, Hunt for Wilder People, Fundamentals of Caring. You have Very Good Girls, The Neon Demon, Trevor the Musical Rise, and Jason Dash married, The Man of Toronto, Cat Ballou. So if you're born June 24th, go watch those movies. Go to Wikipedia, type in June 24th. I just put June 24th in Google. Wikipedia should come up. Look up the events and holidays on your birthday, special events related to holidays, because then you will see what energy they are manifesting on your birthday, like Midsummer Celebrations, St. John's Day, all that good stuff. St. John the Baptist, okay, who got his head taken off, kind of like Adam Walsh had his head taken off, which goes into the Black Phone movie. So there's no coincidence that the Black Phone movie came out when John the Baptist's rituals are going on, because that's when they beheaded somebody, where that's what happened to Adam Walsh. So if you see a Midsummer, St. John's Day, lots of celebrations, a lot of ritual sacrifices around this time. And of course, Mami Wata, which is, the Little Mermaid, the redhead. So pay attention to that. St. Jonas Festival reminds me of like the Jonas Brothers, so pay attention to that. Here are some other events that happen. You can press pause and read. And I see a lot of it has to do with like Ireland, a lot of Irish stuff going on in your birthday. The Battle Memorial. You got the United Grand Lodge of England, Freemasonry, forming June 24th, dissolved December 27th, but still the energy when they do rituals still resents. So if you see anything with Grand Lodges, stay away because they just want to siphon your energy. You can just be nosy and watch. But the premier Grand Lodge of England, definitely get into that because it's right into your portal. Here's some more stuff that happened on your birthday, like Kenneth Arnold seeing like the UFO sighting. It was like the first widely reported UFO sighting. So you're right in the Men in Black era. Independence Day. So look up Kenneth Albert Arnold, because obviously he didn't have your birthday, but he did discover that little UFO sighting on your birthday. Mount Rainier, Washington. So maybe you could see it too. And he passed away June 16th, which is Aaliyah's birthday, is June 16th. Aaliyah the singer. They had this little arson attack in New Orleans. They had some plane crashes, a lot of plane crashes. So you definitely want to look into these plane crashes that happen. And different things like Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, where they overruled abortion and put it back to the states. And that's the end for the whole entire birthday decode for June 24th. I hope you enjoyed. Moving on to the next one.